Chapter 1 in this book are the speeches that Moses gave to the people of Israel in the desert, which is east of the Jordan River. The Israelites were in the valley of the Jordan River, near the city of Suf. It had been 40 years since the people of Israel had left Egypt. Moses said, when we were at the foot of Mount Sinai, "The Lord our God spoke to us like this: You have stayed long enough at this place. Now leave here and go toward the hill country of the Amorites, and all the neighboring regions in the Jordan Valley, and toward the mountains of the plain of Judah, the southern region, and the coast of the Mediterranean Sea. Take possession of all the land of Canaan, as far as the Lebanon mountains in the north, and to the great Euphrates River in the east." So I took the leaders of each tribe, wise and competent men, and I appointed them as your heads. At that same time, I gave the following command to the judges: Judge all the cases with justice, whether between two Israelites or between an Israelite and a foreigner living among the people. Be honest and fair in your decisions. Some were responsible for 1,000 men, others for 100, others for 50, and others for 10. Do not be afraid of anyone, for the judgment you give will come from God. If any case is too difficult for you, bring it to me, and I will judge it. And on the first day of the 11th month, Moses told the people everything that the Lord God had commanded him to speak. I, the Lord, swore to Abraham, to Isaac, and to Jacob, your ancestors, that I would give this land to them and to their descendants. We became afraid when our spies said that the people of that land are more numerous and stronger than we are, and that their cities are huge and protected by walls that reach to the sky. And they also said that they saw giants there. And he guided us all the time until we arrived at this place. He did this to show you the place where you should set up camp and to indicate the path you should follow. When the Lord God heard the complaints you were making, he became angry and made this oath: Therefore go and take possession of it. For the Lord our God goes ahead of us, and he will fight for us. Only Caleb, son of Jephunneh, will see that land. Then you answered, Yes, we have sinned against God, the Lord, but now we are determined to obey the orders of our God and attack the enemy. But the Lord told me to say to you, Do not go there, nor enter any combat, for I will not go with you, and your enemies will defeat you. However, you did not listen to me. He will do the same things that you saw him do for us in Egypt and also in the desert. Then the Amorites who lived in that region came out against you like a swarm of angry bees. And after that, we stayed a long time in Kadesh. You fled, and the Amorites chased you as far as the territory of Edom and defeated you at the city of Hormah. I will give them that land, and they will possess it. We obeyed the command of the Lord our God and left Mount Sinai. Then God said to all of us, Your children are little, and do not know the difference between what is right and what is wrong. You saw how great and dangerous was that desert that we crossed when we went to the hill country of the Amorites. And it was because of you that the Lord became angry with me too and told me, You also will not enter the promised land. Then all of you came near to me and said, It would be good for us to send some men ahead of us to spy out the land and bring back information about the road we should take and the cities we will find there. Agreed with the idea and chose 12 men, one from each tribe. This happened after Moses defeated Sihon, king of the Amorites, who lived in the city of Heshbon. After seeing what was in the valley, they returned, bringing some fruits they had found there. Instead, you stayed in your tents complaining and saying, The Lord hates us. He brought us out of Egypt to be defeated and killed by the Amorites. They told us that the land that the Lord our God was giving us was good. There I said to you, Now we are in the hill country of the Amorites, the land that our God is giving us. Therefore, go and take possession of this land that is before you, as the Lord, the God of our ancestors, has commanded. The Lord our God has made you increase in number, and today you are as many as the stars in the sky. May the Lord, the God of our ancestors, make you a people 1,000 times more numerous than you are now, and may he bless you, as he promised. But how can I alone bear the heavy load of solving all the cases and all the problems that appear among the people? From each tribe, choose wise, intelligent, and competent men, so that I may appoint them as your leaders. And Og, king of Bashan, who lived in Ashtaroth and in Edrei. On one side was the city of Paran, and on the other the cities of Tophel, Laban, Hazeroth, and Dizahab. From Mount Sinai to the city of Kadesh Barnea, it is 11 days' journey by the road that crosses the hill country of Edom. When the Israelites were in the territory of Moab, on the east side of the Jordan River, Moses began to explain to the people the law of God. "There is the land that I am giving to you." Then Moses said to the people, while we were still at the foot of Mount Sinai, "I told you, I alone cannot take care of you." You replied that it would be good to do what I had said. In addition to these, I also chose other officials for each tribe. Treat everyone equally, both the humble and the powerful. And so, at that time, I gave you orders about all the things you should do. Finally, we arrived at the city of Kadesh Barnea. Do not be afraid or terrified. They went up to the hill country and reached the valley of Eshcol. But you disobeyed the Lord's command and did not want to take possession of the land. "What kind of land is this that we must conquer?" Then I replied, "Do not be afraid or terrified of those people. You saw how our God led us through the desert like a father carries his son. But even so, you did not trust the Lord, who always went ahead of you in a column of fire during the night and in a column of cloud during the day. You Israelites are a wicked people. Therefore, none of you who is an adult will see the good land that I promised to give to your ancestors. Caleb was always faithful and obedient to me, Lord, and that is why I will give to him and his descendants the land where he walked. Your assistant Joshua, son of Nun, will enter. Encourage him, for he will lead the people of Israel in conquering the land. And you were thinking that they would fall into the hands of the enemies, but they and your children will enter the promised land. Now, keep walking through the desert in the direction of the Gulf of Aqaba. Then each of you prepared for battle, thinking it would be easy to conquer the hill country. On the contrary, you were full of pride, disobeyed the orders of God, the Lord, and invaded the hill country. Then you returned and cried out for help to the Lord, but he did not listen to you or pay attention. Chapter 2, Moses said to the people, Then we continued the journey through the desert in the direction of the Gulf of Aqaba, as the Lord God had ordered me, and for a long time. We wandered without direction through the mountainous region of Edom. I will not give you even a small piece of their land. For the first gave the territory of Edom to the descendants of Esau. He did not forget you during the 40 years you walked through this vast desert. And as Ezion-Geber to the Dead Sea, and we followed the road that leads to the desert of Moab, they were as tall as the Anakites, another race of giants. Both the Anakites and the Emites were known as Rephaites, but the Moabites called them Emites. And the Lord God said to me, Do not attack the Moabites, who are descendants of Lot, and do not fight with them. I gave them the city of Ar, and I will not give you any part of their country. I gave the land of Ammon to them, and will not give you any part of their country. There were many of them, and they were tall and strong like the Anakites. He destroyed the Harites, and the Edomites took their land and still live there today. The Kaphtorites did the same thing. God destroyed the Zamzumites, and the Ammonites took the land and lived there. That region is also known as the land of the Rephaites, a race of giants who lived there in the past. You will be famous, and when they hear about you, they will be so afraid that they will tremble. Then we will cross the river to enter the land that the Lord our God is giving us. God did this so that we could defeat King Sihon and take his land, which is ours until today. Sihon came out with his army to fight us at the city of Jahaz. The descendants of Esau, who live in Edom, and the Moabites, who live in Ar, have already allowed us to pass through their countries. In addition, we conquered and destroyed all his cities and killed all the men, women, and children. He always took care of you, giving you everything you needed. We did not invade the land of the Ammonites, nor the cities on the banks of the Jabbok River, nor those in the mountainous region, nor any other places that the Lord our God had forbidden. The Lord our God let us conquer all the cities from Aroer, which is near the valley of the Arnon River, and from the city in the valley to the region of Gilead. We promised to walk only on the road without turning off it, and we will pay for the food and drink we need, may buy from them the food and water you need. Then the Lord said to me, You have been wandering around long enough. Now go north. The Kaphtorites destroyed the Avids and lived in their cities. After we passed through the land of Moab, God said to us, Continue moving, and cross the Arnon River. For I will let you defeat Sihon, king of the Amorites, who lives in the city of Heshbon. And God ordered me to tell you, You are going to pass through the land of Edom, which belongs to your relatives, the descendants of Esau. They will be afraid of you, but be careful not to provoke a fight with them. Remember that the Lord our God has blessed everything you have done. So we went around the land of Edom, leaving the road that goes from Elath in the past, a large race of strong giants called Emets, Lived in Ar. At that time the Horites lived in Edom, but the descendants of Esau drove them out, destroyed them, and lived in their land. The descendants of Esau did the same thing the Israelites did later, when they took possession of the land the Lord had given them. Then we crossed the Zered brook, as God had commanded. After all those men had died, the Lord God said to me, "Today pass through the city of Ar, on the border with Moab." That was 38 years after we had left Kadesh Barnea. During these years, what the Lord had said happened. All the men of that generation who were old enough to go to war died. The Lord was against them and kept killing them until not one was left in the Israelite camp. When you come to the land of the Ammonites, who are also descendants of Lot, do not attack them or fight with them. The Ammonites called them Zamzummites. God had done the same for the Edomites, who were descendants of Esau. They left the island of Crete, invaded the land of the Avites, along the coast of the Mediterranean Sea, and went south to the city of Gaza. Fight Sihon and take his land. From today on, I will make all the peoples of the world afraid of you. And Moses continued, saying, Then, while we were in the desert of Kedemoth, I sent messengers to King Sihon, who lived in the city of Heshbon, the peace treaty, and the following conditions. We ask permission to pass through your country. The only thing we want is permission to pass through your country until we reach the Jordan River. But King Sihon did not let us. For the Lord our God made Sihon stubborn and rebellious. Then the Lord God said to me, See, I will let you defeat Sihon. Attack him immediately and take his land. The Lord our God gave us the victory. We defeated Sihon, his sons, and all his army. No one escaped. We took the cattle and the valuable things we found in the cities. We conquered all the cities, even those with high and strong walls.